Credit cards are often marketed as a convenient financial tool, offering rewards, cash back, and the allure of buy now, pay later. However, behind this convenience lies a series of traps that can quietly accumulate debt and financial stress if not managed properly. Many cardholders unknowingly fall into cycles that make paying off balances extremely difficult, often spending years just chipping away at interest instead of principal. Understanding the common pitfalls, minimum payments, high interest rates, and new charges is essential to take control of your financial health. Today we will talk about credit card traps, minimum payment, interest, new charges. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The illusion of minimum payments. One of the most common traps is the minimum payment. Credit card statements always list a small minimum amount due, which may seem manageable or even appealing to someone feeling financially stretched. The problem is that paying only the minimum does very little to reduce your actual balance. Most of your payment goes toward interest and fees rather than reducing the principal debt. For example, if you have a $5,000 balance at a 20% interest rate and make only the minimum payment each month, it could take decades to pay off the debt while costing thousands of dollars in interest. This creates a cycle where you're technically paying the card each month, but your debt barely decreases. How interest compounds against you. Interest is another hidden trap that can turn small purchases into a major financial burden. Credit card interest is typically calculated daily, meaning that even a few late days or unpaid balances allow interest to compound quickly. High interest rates, sometimes exceeding 25%, can make it nearly impossible to pay off debt if only minimum payments are made. For instance, a $1,000 purchase with a 25% APR, annual percentage rate, can cost more than $200 in interest in just 1 year if left unpaid. The combination of compounding and high rates is what makes credit card debt particularly dangerous compared to other types of loans. The danger of new charges. One of the sneakiest credit card traps is making new charges while still carrying a balance. Even if you're diligently paying down your debt, every new purchase adds to your principal, which immediately starts accruing interest. This phenomenon, often called debt cycling, can completely undo the progress you've made. Debt cycling occurs when your payments are insufficient to cover both your existing balance and new charges. For example, imagine you have a $3,000 balance and you pay the minimum each month, but you also spend $500 on new purchases. Despite your monthly payments, your principal barely decreases because the new charges, plus accrued interest, essentially replace what you just paid off. Over time, this can make it feel like you're stuck in place, even though you're actively trying to reduce debt. This trap is further exacerbated by credit card billing structures. Most cards apply payments first to lower interest balances or fees, rather than the most recent charges or higher interest portions. That means if you add new charges, the interest on your older balance continues to grow, sometimes faster than you realize. Another danger is psychological complacency. Seeing a payment go through can feel like progress, even if your overall debt hasn't decreased. The cycle of paying off old charges while adding new ones creates a false sense of control, which makes it harder to break free from debt. Hidden fees that increase debt. In addition to interest and minimum payments, credit cards carry a wide range of fees that can quietly drain your finances. Many users assume that paying their balance, or at least the minimum, is enough. But even small fees can add up quickly and extend the time it takes to pay off debt. Late payment fees. These are charged when a payment is even 1 day late. Not only do they increase your balance immediately, but late payments can also trigger higher penalty interest rates, making the debt grow faster. For example, a $35 late fee may seem small, but combined with a jump from 18% to 29% APR, it can snowball over time. Over-limit fees. Some cards charge a fee if you exceed your credit limit, even if you pay most of your balance on time, Making one large purchase without checking your available credit can result in unexpected charges. Cash advance fees. Taking out cash from a credit card is one of the most expensive financial moves. Cash advances often come with high upfront fees, like 3 to 5% of the amount withdrawn, and interest that starts accruing immediately, often at a higher rate than purchases. Psychological traps of credit cards. Credit cards are cleverly designed to exploit human behavior, making it easy to spend more than you intend. Rewards programs, cashback offers, points, and sign-up bonuses are marketed as free money, but in reality, they encourage habitual spending. The brain interprets the reward as a win, triggering a dopamine response similar to gambling. This can create a cycle where people justify unnecessary purchases by thinking, "I'm earning rewards," even when the cost of the purchase far exceeds the value of the reward. High credit limits are another psychological trap. Seeing a large available balance can make you feel financially secure, even if your actual income doesn't support that level of spending. This can lead to over-leveraging yourself without realizing the risk. The credit limit creates a false sense of liquidity, making it tempting to treat borrowed money as disposable. Furthermore, minimum payments reinforce psychological complacency. Paying just the minimum gives a sense of accomplishment. "I made a payment. I'm responsible." Even though most of the money is going toward interest and fees, not reducing the principal. This combination of perceived rewards, false security, and misleading progress can keep people trapped in debt for years, often without fully understanding why. Strategies to avoid these traps. To avoid falling into these traps, consider a multi-pronged strategy. Pay more than the minimum. Even an extra $50 a month can drastically reduce interest costs and time to debt freedom. Prioritize high-interest debt. Focus on paying off cards with the highest APR first, a method known as the debt avalanche. Limit new charges. Avoid using the card for non-essential purchases until the balance is under control. Track fees and interest. Read statements carefully and understand all fees. Some cards also allow you to set up alerts for high spending or upcoming due dates. Consider consolidation wisely. Balance transfer cards or personal loans can help reduce interest if used strategically, but only if new spending is avoided. Building financial discipline. Finally, breaking free from credit card traps is as much about discipline as it is about strategy. Building a monthly budget, tracking expenses, and creating a plan to tackle debt systematically can prevent these pitfalls from recurring. Consider automating payments to ensure on-time contributions and avoid late fees, while setting realistic goals for paying off the principal. Over time, disciplined management can turn credit cards from a trap into a true financial tool that works for you rather than against you. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.